this moment in hockey history. The Nashville Predators currently find themselves in fourth place in the Central Division after 30 games skated. They have a record of 17-13-0, 34 points has them, 4 points shy of the first place Colorado Avalanche on home ice, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place. They have a record of 10-6. They've scored 96 goals this season. They've given up 93 against. They have a goal differential of +3. Their next game is against Washington Capitals, and it's coming up real fast. As a matter of fact, in just a few hours on Saturday at Bridgestone Arena. But before we put the microscope on that matchup, let's put the microscope on the Central Division itself and the updated standings. As a matter of fact, just had to make one notation as Arizona just went final with another victory. So let's start at the top. Mention the Abs at the top of the division, 29 games skated, 18-9-2 is their record, 38 points is their total. They are 1 point ahead of the second place Dallas Stars at 37 points. The Winnipeg Jets are at 36. So 2 points behind first place. And the Nashville Predators in fourth place at 34 points. In fifth place, you will find the Arizona Coyotes with 30 points. The St. Louis Blues at 29 in sixth place. Minnesota has 26 points in seventh place. And Chicago Blackhawks continue to be in the basement with 19 points. I feel like they haven't gotten off that 19-point number in quite some time now. So that's your updated Central Division standings after Friday night's action. Nashville Predators picking up victory, Dallas Stars picking up victory, and also the Arizona Coyotes picking up a victory. Good night overall for the Central. Now, for the Nashville Predators, once they wrap up this next back-to-back, which is the second night of back-to-backs after the game in Carolina, Tuesday versus Vancouver, Thursday at Philadelphia, Saturday versus Dallas. Then Christmas break, the 27th, we'll see the Carolina Hurricanes at Bridgestone Arena. Then the 29th of December, we'll see the Nashville Predators going off to Detroit. Against the Capitals, it's the first of 2 meetings this season, and they'll close out on December the 30th. As a matter of fact, the Nashville Predators will face the Caps in a second night of back-to-backs again on December the 30th when they go into Washington to face off against the Capitals after playing the Wings the night before. Now, the Washington Capitals on the season are 14-8-4, 32 points, is fifth overall in the Metropolitan Division. On the road, a record of 6-4-2. They've scored 67 goals on the season. They've given up 76. That's a goal differential of -9. In their most recent stretch of action, let's go back and talk about their previous 5. On December the 4th, it was a 6-0 loss at the Arizona Coyotes. On the 7th of December, it was a 5-4 shootout loss versus the Dallas Stars. Then on the 9th, it was a 4-0 win over the New York Rangers on home ice. On the 10th of December, a 4-2 win at Chicago Blackhawks. On the 14th of December, their most recent game, a 4-3 shootout loss at the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, for the Nashville Predators, only one injury to report at this time. It is Sherwood, listed as day-to-day late scratch going into the last game against the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, the matchup and the rankings between these two teams with updated numbers, the Nashville Predators now averaging 3.17 goals per game. That is 16th best in the NHL, while the Washington Capitals generating 2.50 goals per game. That is 30th, almost last in the NHL. Goals against, Preds giving up 3.10 is 13th in the league. The Washington Capitals giving up only 2.85 per game. That is 10th overall in the National Hockey League. In the shots for category, the Preds are 30.3, 19th best in the league, while the Washington Capitals 28 shots on goal per game is 28th overall in the league. So Washington Capitals are a real Jekyll and Hyde team when it comes to the statistical metrics. In the shots against category, the Preds are giving up 31.1 per game. That's 18th overall in the league, while the Caps are giving up 31.2. That's 20th in the league. Power play, Predators converting 20.9%, 15th best in the league, right there in the middle of the pack. 23 out of 110 is your raw data. The Washington Capitals 9.2% conversion rate is 31st overall in the National Hockey League. That is not good. 7 out of 76 is their raw data. So not only do they not score very often on the power play, they do not get many power plays. On the penalty kill, 76.3% kill rate for the Predators is 24th overall in the NHL. 23 power play goals against on the season, but of course that unit has been playing significantly better as of late. The penalty kill unit for the Washington Capitals converting at 81%, 13th best overall in National Hockey League, 16 power play goals against. Every team in the NHL is loaded with high-skilled individuals, so we always like to go over the top 5 scorers for each team. Let's start with the visiting Washington Capitals. Tom Wilson, 10 goals and 7 assists for 17 points, leads the Caps at this point. Strome is at 12-4 for 16 points and 12 goals, represents the most in that category for the team. Ovechkin, 5 goals, 11 assists, and quite a significant offensive drought for him at this point in the season, 16 total points. Carlson, fourth on the team, scoring 1 goal, 14 assists for 15 points. McMichael, 6 and 7 for 13. Now, on the Nashville Predators side of things, Philip Forsberg continues to lead the team in scoring, as I believe he is going to do from start to finish this season. Philip Forsberg at 16 goals, that is tops on the team. 19 assists, that is tied for tops on the team. 35 points overall, though, is number one in scoring for the Nashville Predators, and a very impressive number, 35 points through 30 games for the leading scorer of the Nashville Predators, Philip Forsberg. Ryan O'Reilly, 13 goals on the season, 13 assists, 26 points. The captain, Roman Josi, at 7 goals and 19 assists for 26 points, tied with Philip Forsberg for the leader of assists with 19. Nyquist is at 4 and 16 for 20 points. So 4 Predators over 20 points. And Colton Sissons is at 9 goals and 6 assists for 15 points. Expected net minders for this one. We know UC Saros is going to get the start for the Nashville Predators. Record of 13-10-0 and 9-10-7%, 2.79 goals against average after Lankinen got the start in Carolina. We'll be talking a lot more about Kevin Lankinen coming up in the next segment and beyond in this episode. Kemper expected to get the start for Washington, 6-6-2 and 8.92 save percentage at 3.13 goals against average. This Washington Capitals team is a real Jekyll and Hyde. They find ways to beat good teams. They then find ways to lose to teams that aren't so great. So I don't know what to expect for some. We've seen the Washington Capitals this season. We'll see them twice in a matter of the next, 14 days. So for the Nashville Predators, second night of back-to-backs, they went to overtime in Carolina, and we're going to talk about how that ended up resulting. So that's going to take a lot of their legs out from underneath them. Second night of back-to-backs, they're starting at minor UC Saros, seeing a trend from Andrew Brunette now. Lankinen going in the first night of back-to-backs, Saros going in the second night of back-to-backs, regardless of where they're taking place, at home or on the road. So UC Saros in net. He's going to probably be called upon the last 2 second nights of back-to-backs, Buffalo and Montreal. UC Saros has been called upon to make massive amounts of saves to secure 2-1 victories. We'll see how this goes against the Washington Capitals. But that's got you all set for the Nashville Predators to host the Washington Capitals second night of back-to-backs. Predators' 31st game of the year already is coming up. We're not even to Christmas yet. We're already 31 games into the season. Matter of fact, 32, 33, 34 games will take place before the Christmas break this year. That is a massive, massive amount of hockey. December is the busiest month for the Nashville Predators on the calendar for number of games. It has certainly been a very, very busy time here in the bunker. That's going to do it for the preview. We've got to get to the recap. It's called the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We got to go all the way back, talk about what happened between the Nashville Predators and the Carolina Hurricanes, the Preds and the Canes. First meeting of the season took place in Carolina, and we've got the full details coming up next on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey play.